Well, Dad and I built our first one in about 1965, give or take a few months. We built our own car in about 1966. Dad was 42, I was 22, and Jim was 2. So guess what the car number was? We ran it for a couple of years and then decided we would go what is now sprint car racing. But then we called them super modifieds. And that was in 1968. That was when I decided to drive the stock car for a couple of years. Richard Poe drove the super modified for a couple of years. Dad passed away, and a good friend bought the super modifieds, and that was our sprint car start. And we ran it for a few years, and then went from there. Oh, I've loved to compete ever since I was big enough to know that there was a winner and a loser. And my father-in-law used to tell me, "Show me a good loser, and I'll show you," or a good loser, and I'll show you an idiot. But it's just the competition. You go out there and beat your brains out, try to outrun somebody, and then you go back in the pits and try to help them put it back together if they tear it up, so that you can try to outrun them in the next race. One of them was from Rookie of the Year in Hobstadt in sprint cars in about 1969 or 70, somewhere in there. One of them is a top 10 points trophy from Hobstadt, Indiana, from back in the 70s. Most of them are Trophy Dash wins from down Farmington, Missouri, where we held a track record for a little while several years ago. Okay, we quit sprint car racing back in the mid-70s, and my son got old enough and enough money to decide to go micro sprint racing here a few years ago, and we've been doing that for the last 10 or 12 years. Well, when you was driving, you was nervous till you got in and got strapped in, and now you're nervous after they get strapped in, go on the track till they get off. You don't have any control over anything except trying to make sure the car is as safe as possible when you go on the track. But it's just the excitement of competition that keeps you interested. When we first started, you could go to the junkyard and buy parts. Now you go to a speed shop and buy manufactured parts for 99% of the time. We're currently running motorcycle engines instead of old junk car engines that we've rebuilt out of the junkyard. Our first stock car was a 32 Ford 3-window coupe that we put a Buick engine in with a Pontiac transmission, a Ford truck rear end with a differential out of a combine, and now you don't do that.